Routing is the fundamental and crucial part of any single-page application. Next.js, in difference from the plain React, has a built-in routing system, which is really good. Want to learn more? Let's dive in. Next.js routing is based on files and folders. That means that we are defining routes by just creating a folders where the name of the folder will be the name of the route in the URL. You can nest as much folders as you like to create the desired structure. The UI itself is created in the special file called page, which you are placing in the particular folder for the particular route. Let's dive into the code. Alright, let's start from the very beginning. I have an empty folder here, totally empty, license is just coming from GitHub, and we will install from the beginning Next.js 13, and we will implement the basic routing here. Alright, to implement this, to install this first, all we need to do is go to Next.js documentation on nextjs.org, and here we have just one command. So let's copy it and paste it not here, but here in the root folder for all of our projects. Just paste it here, click enter, and now Next.js will ask us some questions for installation. Alright, we will call this project Next.js Playground. We definitely want to use a TypeScript. This is a convention for Next.js. So yes, we want to use ESLint, yes. For now we will not use Tailwind CSS, this will be a basic project. It's up to you if you want to use src directory, I will use it. Use UpRouter, for sure, yes, this is the new feature of Next.js 13. And here, just no. And Next.js will install all the files we need and all the node modules. We'll just wait a couple of seconds. While it is installing, let's see the documentation. For routing, this is a really big chapter of the documentation. It is routing. So, and it is really well written. And as you see, you have diagrams here. So really good docs here. All right, let's see. Okay, it is installed. And here we have src folder. Inside it we have an app folder. And here we have two main files. Page.tsx, this is our root page file. And here we will have all the boilerplate code that we can see when we will run the project. To run the Next.js 13 project, we should write npm run dev. Alright, project has started successfully. We just need to wait till the end, till all the node modules will be installed. And here how our page is look like when this starter project official from Next.js is running for the first time. And let's get rid of all of this boilerplate interface. All this interface is here inside this main page folder, which is inside an app folder. So let's delete all those things. Image, yeah, and it will be it. Yeah, now it should be just an empty page. And let's just, I don't know, right here, write just an main app page, just to make sure that it is here, and it will be an h1 tag. Right, let's place it here. And let's save it and check this out. Alright, as you see, we now have just empty page with this h1 tag. Alright, to have some basic routing, we need to create some folders. Let's start with creating a folder, and we'll call this folder about. Let's imagine it will be a blog. And here this about name of the folder will be the name of the route. But for Next.js to show something when we will enter this route, so when we will create this about folder, for now we will not see anything here. So let's try about. Now we should see an error. Yeah, 404 error. For now we don't have any page here. So let's create it. To do that, we should create a file named page.tsx. Page is a special file in Next.js 13, so you can call it like route or my page or something else. It should always be page.tsx. Yeah, and as I see, I have a lot of errors here. Maybe it is freaking out because we entered this route already. All right, so now we have this page here, and let's add some layout here. Not layout, but JSX. So to do that, we will just write export default function, I don't know, about. This name is actually doesn't matter at all. And here we will return a JSX. Return, and here it will be h2 about. And let's see if it's working. All right, I cannot see errors in the console. Let's see about. Yeah, and as you see, we can see this about page. This is our h2 tag, so we created our first page in our routing, in this route about. I deleted some of the styles which were causing those lines here on about page. It was some default styles from the installation, and I did one more important thing, which will show you how layout special files is working in Next.js. So we have a couple of special files in Next.js. One of them you already know, it is page.tsx. So page.tsx is an actual page layout which you will see in the browser in this particular folder. So inside app folder we have page.tsx, inside about folder we have page.tsx, the same names of the files, but in about we have h2 about, in the app folder we have a page with this JSX main app page, and we have also the layout file. It is one more special file in Next.js, and the purpose of this file is that it is like shared layout which will be shown on every page in this folder tree. For example, let's say we have this main root layout which is inside app folder. And here it is, this JSX. Here we have this div, and inside this children is all our application layout. So if we, for example, will add here a paragraph and we'll say main app layout, this will be shown on every page in the application, because all the pages of application will be here inside this children. And let's see if it's working. All right, this is our paragraph. It is already styled. All right, and when we will enter the about page, as you see, it is still here, and it will be shown for every page in application, in every page down the tree. And we can have this layout file for every folder. Let's create it inside the about folder. And it should also be called the same way, layout.tsx. And here we can just return some JSX. Let's copy it from here, and let's say also a paragraph, and here we will say about page layout. I changed the name of the about layout component, and I also added a children, of course. If you don't have a children here, it will not render anything. So the same convention as we have here inside the root layout. Here we have this children, and you can add any JSX you want. And if you want to create a layout inside every folder of your routing, you are doing it in the same way. So just adding a children, and it will add all you have here inside this page file. All right, let's create 2 more pages inside the about folder, just for you to see how this nested routing works in Next.js. All right, let's create it. I created 2 folders inside the about folder. One of it is address with a page file inside it, and second is the description, also with a page inside. And here I just placed the same thing, h2 with description, and inside address h2 with an address. So it should be available under about/address and about/description. Let's check if it's working. So address, and as you see, it works normally. We now on the address page, and as you see, we have the main app layout, which will remain like for every page, and we also have an about layout. The about layout will not show on the main page. Let's go to the main page. You don't see the about layout because this layout will be available only for this tree of the about folder, but it will be seen on every page under the about folder. So if we will enter the description, it will also be here, and it's here. All right, so let's make a normal single page navigation application, because as you see, if we just will write this URL here, page is reloading, and this is not like the idea of single page application. To do that, the main way to do that in Next.js is the link component. How to use it? Let's go, for example, to the about page, and let's create a link component. Let's import it, and let's create a link to main page. Link is made from the simple href element from HTML, and it is one mandatory prop, href. So it is just a slash to go to the main page. And let's see if it's working. Let's go to about page. And here it is, our link. It's not looking like a link, but it is a link. And as you see, we are on the main page. All right, let's create links on other pages. I've added a couple of links, and I've also added just a blue color for it, just to look like a link. So now we are on main page, and we have a link to about page, to address page, and to description page. How it looks like in the code. So here, this is a main page, and we have a link component inside it. It looks really like an href component from the HTML. Just this is a link component, and we are defining href here, just root of about address, about description, and just a name, anything we want here. And as you see, we can add some more props if we like. So I just added a style prop with a color of blue, and I did the same thing inside address, description. So as I said, this is the main way to make a navigation inside the Next.js apps. So here we on the main page, we can go to about page, we can see about layout, return to main page, and go to address page. This is an address, about layout, to about page, to the main page. As you see, this code organization and the routing is really like logical. So this is like just a folder structure. Every folder name is a root name in the URL. And here we are defining our JSX that will be shown in the page file, but we can add any files we want, like for example, separate components, and call it whatever we want. Next.js will not render it. So Next.js will show only content, only the code we have here inside the page.tsx. So we can add components here inside the folder, then import it here inside the page and use it in such a way. In this video, I covered the basics of routing and navigation in Next.js and the main important special files, page and layout. Routing in Next.js has a lot of more possibilities and features than that. It includes parallel routing, error handling, and dynamic routes, and so much more. I will cover these topics in upcoming videos, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching my tutorial. Please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and happy coding!